Welcome to see everyone. Welcome back to Star Player 1. I'm Brandon Knight.
And I'm Shirayuki.
We're off today with Code Realized Bouquet of Rainbows. We're close to the finale. Enpei is getting ready to jump with Shirayuki onto the Nautilus so they can go stop Nemo. Here we go, Shirayuki. 3, 2, 1.
It all happened so quickly. Enpei kicks off the deck. He does it without any hesitation and still embracing me. What? The window didn't break and he just bounced off.
Game over.
We fly through the sunset. Our clothing flaps in the fierce wind. I cling to him tightly, feeling the warmth of his body around me.
Such a weird machine.
Yeah, it looks like a bug.
Yeah.
Then in the next moment...
Yeah!
Enpei kicks in the glass and I feel an instant of impact.
Oh.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah, that is a cool picture.
There is a moment of vibration and the sound of the glass shattering surrounds us. I open my eyes for just a moment, and I see pieces of glass sparkling all around us, scattering the light of the sunset like diamonds. I start to call out... Oh, it's him. Call out his name, but stop myself. Even though we could have died with one wrong move. Enpei is smiling joyfully like a little boy. His smile gives me courage and tells me that there is nothing to worry about. There is a sound of things smashing around us, and then I feel the impact of our landing.
Ah!
Our momentum was slowed somewhat by our breaking through the glass, but the landing is still a bone-numbing jolt that lances through me. If I felt that much with Enpei protecting me, I can hardly imagine how much harder it must have been for Enpei.
It sounds like steel. Ah!
Still holding me, Enpei scrunches up his face and stands there motionlessly. Are you alright, Enpei?
Totally fine. Vampires are much sturdier than humans, you know.
You look like you're in pain.
Really? I'm fine. Look, we made it in. Oh, Jesus.
Enpei is very obviously hurting as he looks around us.
My legs supposed to look like that.
For now, there don't seem to be any enemies approaching us. But if things are the same as when we were last captured here, there will be Twilight soldiers aboard the Nautilus.
Colors inverted.
That was a pretty flashy entrance, so it's probably only a matter of time before the enemies start to arrive. Let's hurry, Enpei.
I'm starting to feel feel in my legs.
I'm still a bit dizzy, but I have him put me down. A wave of severe dizziness and nausea washes over me. I see sparks and feel a sudden crushing headache as if I'm not getting enough oxygen. This is probably not because of the impact from my landing. Protecting Horologian with one hand, I turn back to Enpei. First, we need to use that device.
Right. How's this?
He raises the device above his head, then dramatically presses a button on it. I don't think anything's happening.
Huh? That's weird. Hold on. I was expecting something like a rumble, some changes on Nautilus, but...
No matter how hard we listen, we don't hear any noises like that.
Maybe it got knocked out of whack from the impact of our landing? Damn! It is a pretty delicate instrument.
As Enpei fumbles about with the device, a loud piercing sound suddenly goes off. That must be some kind of emergency signal for the crew.
What? Did they find out we're here?
It probably couldn't have been avoided with an entrance that loud. Just as he said this, a large number of Twilight soldiers emerged from around the corner.
It wasn't the sound of glass breaking, it was the sound of Enpei's legs hitting. Ah!
There are 10 of them in this first group. More are coming in from behind. Enpei and I nod to each other, then we turn our backs to the soldiers and begin running at top speed. What are we going to do, Impei?
We don't have much choice. We gotta make a change in plans.
So what do we do now?
We'll take the gravity elevator. Deviator. There we go.
Just as Impei grins, a group of Twilight soldiers appear directly ahead of us.
Out of my way!
Impei avoids a sword thrust and jumps. With an elegant double spin kick, he knocks two of the soldiers aside. It all happens in a matter of seconds. His moves are incredibly fast. Wow. Impei turns back to me with a serious expression.
I have an idea where the device will be kept. It might be a little difficult to get there, though.
Do you have anything that can help us with our trip there?
Well, I'm kind of empty-handed at the moment. Sorry to let you down.
Impei bows to me mockingly in apology, then looks serious once more.
Shirayuki, the missing piece of your horologium should be there too.
I give him a nod and continue running. I just hope I can keep going a little while longer. I hope against all odds. I don't know how much time we spent after that. We hurry towards the center of the ship while running from the Twilight soldiers. Our previous experience on the Nautilus may be helping us here, as we don't run into too many of them. But what could Twilight's objective be in cooperating with Nemo? Phineas is already dead, so who could be doing this, and for what? No, I guess it's no use thinking about it now. I shake my head at the thought, but just that small action causes me to get dizzy, and I stagger. Ugh! My condition is worsening at an alarming rate. It feels like the heat is gradually leaving my body. I can tell myself that my blood is not flowing evenly throughout my body.
I know you must be hurting, but just hold on. We're almost there.
I hear a distant explosion and the ground shakes subtly.
Subtly, yeah.
There must still be an intense battle going on outside. And just as Impei said, we're approaching the center of the fortress. I feel an overwhelming sense of pressure when I enter the room. It's a large dome-like space. In their center of the room sits a huge cylindrical device stretching from the floor to the ceiling. A complicated maze of machines is attached to the device, making it look like a giant spider in its web. There's a light floating in the center of the machine. Could it be the horologium?
Yes. That's the Charlotte horologium piece. It's powering this entire machine.
So we turn this device off. We can get that piece back.
Never! I can never let that happen!
Suddenly an all too familiar voice echoes around us, followed by a thunderous slow clap.
Color me impressed! Congratulations on getting this far.
We turn around and I despair at the sight below us. There stands Nemo with a crowd of Twilight troops standing behind him.
You are a worthy rival, Impei and Baba Kane. Rejoice! You and Dr. Frankenstein are the only two that I have acknowledged as rivals. I'm super busy right now. Do you mind? Not so fast. I can't have you destroying this work of art so easily.
Impei glares at Nemo as he inches closer to the device. However, Nemo sees him and chuckles.
Now, someone as smart as you would probably go after the gravity alleviator's weak spot. For example, by causing a powerful magnetic force that would disrupt the device. And then perhaps launching the Nautilus right off the planet. But my genius surpasses yours. The device has already been protected by a magnetic shield.
Impei furrows his brow. Nemo is definitely not your average scientist. He knew exactly what we were up to. That's the reason why the device Impei brought didn't have any effect.
I'm giving you one chance to surrender. What's it gonna be?
Our device has been rendered useless, and Nemo is standing before us with a group of Twilight soldiers. I feel fear beginning to creep into my mind, but for some reason, Impei wears a confident smile. Impei, are you going to fight him?
I guess so. I don't really like fighting, but as your knight, I need to protect you. I'm an amazing hero who protects the person he cares about with style. There's no way I can lose to that bad guy, you know.
Impei. Seeing Impei speak with sudden determination, I clench my hands into fists and...
Save. That's what you do. You save. I'm gonna say the answer is for you to step
Should I do
forward.
the second one?
Yeah. I think that's the answer. You step forward with him.
Yeah.
But it's your call. You already got us about it in once.
Hey!
You did.
Oh my goodness, why does it...
It's X.
I know, but it won't move. I step forward and take a fighting stance in front of Impei.
Everybody has Kung Fu?
No.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I'll buy you some time. You focus on disabling the gravity alleviator.
Huh? Shirayuki?
Even as we stand here, the airborne knights are outside fighting with all their might. The longer that device keeps working, the more casualties there will be. Impei's eyes are open wide, and I smile at him lightly. I told you before, I'm going to protect you too. I don't think they want to harm the Horologium either. I think I'll at least be able to distract them, so...
You don't understand! You don't understand at all!
Nemo cuts me off, his voice booming.
It's not difficult at all to shut you down without harming the Horologium. And to top it off, no matter how tough you talk, you're completely outnumbered. You won't be able to buy him a single second, you foolish. You're foolish. That's what you are.
I already know all of this, but I still have one of Lupin's smoke bombs and one of Victor's flash bombs. I can distract him at least a little. I continue to glare at Nemo when Impei pats me on the shoulder.
Shirayuki, you said something similar before, you know, when we were going up against the space pirates.
Impei, this is hardly the time.
You're ready to protect me, no matter what we're up against, whether it be sky pirates or a massive enemy like this. That's why I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you then.
Impei steps out in front of me, smiling from ear to ear.
That's what I love about you so much. So allow me to show off a little in front of the woman I love.
Impei silently glares at Nemo.
I applaud your gusto, but how will you overturn this situation, I wonder?
Nemo signals with his hands, and all the Twilight soldiers draw their swords. Perhaps out of fear of harming the gravity alleviator, not a single one of them holds a gun. The soldiers' swords gleam, reflecting the lights inside the ship. Gah!
However, don't you think it's strange, Impei Barbacane? Huh? What's strange? I looked into your past. Your circumstances are very similar to mine, plagued by inequality, never acknowledged, never understood. Just continuously neglected, isn't that right? So why then, you have the same past as me? You have a mind as brilliant as mine. Why is it that you can't understand what I say? I guess you're right, our circumstances are pretty similar.
Impei closes his eyes and falls silent. But neither Impei nor Nemo are the one to break the silence. But he is different. It's me. Impei is different from you, Nemo. I shake my head and pull at the hem of his shirt. Impei pats me on the head, comforting me.
That's right, Nemo. There was a significant difference between the two of us. I was never alone. The old man was always beside me before. Now I have reliable friends who brought me this far. And the woman I love right beside me.
He grips my hand tight, then turns to face Nemo. His eyes carry a hint of pity as he stares at Nemo.
That's what sets us apart, Nemo. You're right. That definitely sets us apart. A genius is forced to live in absolute alienation. A seeker of solitude who's misunderstood by those so far behind him. The very fact that you have anyone who understands you means that you are merely a mediocrity. Fine then. I guess that just means that you're about to lose to the works of a mediocre man.
Impei takes a small
Cylindrical
object out of his out of his pocket and points it towards Nemo. It's the magnetic generator that didn't work earlier, but now there seems to be some new part added to it.
You still intend to resist? How foolish of you. If you're a scientist, you should know. All it takes to overthrow what is known as established knowledge is a single successful breakthrough.
With a confident smile, he presses the button on the device in his hand. The device begins to make a strange noise, which gradually grows louder and higher pitched. A flash of light goes off, along with the sound of something bursting. But that's all. Nothing around us seems to change. What was that?
So that's all you had up your sleeve? Just some bluff?
The corner of Impei's mouth ticks up in a smirk, and in the next instant the Nautilus begins violently shaking. At the same time, things begin to happen in the room we're in. Steam bursts out from a number of places, and the entire room is thrown into discord.
What? What did you do? Impei and Bouquet!
Without answering, Impei leaps, kicking off the wall and jumping forward. He plunges right into the center of the soldiers, who are in a surprised panic.
Hurrah!
He descends upon them like a storm, lashing out with fierce kicks to knock them out, one after another. As the Twilight soldiers attack him with a vengeance, he turns their blows aside and cuts through them. As he spins, he raises a huge wrench, catching his sword being swung his way and breaking it in two. Taken aback by the unexpected counterattack, the soldiers fall back to defensive positions.
What's the matter? You're a group of elites, aren't you? Aren't you scared?
He's strong. It's not just his superior physical capabilities inherent to vampires. He demonstrates a mastery of combat that even Van Helsing would have applauded had he been here. He takes some minor wounds, but manages to defeat the majority of the soldiers. Impei backs off once again and comes back to me.
Ow! I was hoping I'd get out of this unharmed.
Impei, are you alright?
Totally fine. They're just scratches. Just a little longer. Just a little bit. Alright, Shirayuki?
It's not until he says it that I realize how badly my condition has
deteriorated,
and I'm left speechless. My fingertips are ice cold and feels almost completely numb. There's probably not much time left before I turn into a lifeless doll.
This shaking! Could the Nautilus be ascending?
Nemo cradles his head, looking stunned.
Are you saying that you took the limiter off the gravity alleviator? That's insane! How did you do it? It finally came through. Mr. Impei's original magnetic generator. Impossible! 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 It isn't possible to generate a magnetic field that powerful using a device that small. Or is that device another masterwork that surpasses the current boundaries of science? Nope. It's just a switch. The actual device has been scattered all over the Nautilus.
Oh, so is that what...
Yep. That modified cannon shot that hit the Nautilus, that was the actual device. No, then the Nautilus. Yep, Nautilus will fall into the sky. You lost this battle, Nemo.
Nemo opens his eyes wide, then falls to his knees as if hit by lightning. But...
My power! My dreams fall! They're going to fall? I won't let you in, Bouquet.
He snaps back to his feet and screams to the remaining soldiers, his eyes bloodshot.
Don't worry about harming the device. Use your guns. Shoot them. Kill them. Ha! Your puny bullets aren't going to hit me.
Impey dashes towards the bullets faster than any bullet.
He dashes towards the soldiers faster than any bullet.
I can't speak. He strikes one down, then another, with a pair of spinning kicks. At this point, Nemo shouts, foaming from his mouth.
No! The girl, the hologium! Target her!
The soldiers' guns suddenly turn towards me. I try to jump to the side, but my limbs are stiff as lead by now. Gah. I can't avoid them. I hear the sound of gunfire.
Oh, yeah.
But the bullets that are meant for me hit Impey instead, who is now standing in front of me, shielding me.
Oh, he cool. He cool.
Let's see.
Ah! This hurts worse than the leg.
Impey?
I'm fine.
A river of blood escapes from his body and creates a puddle on the floor. Oh no, did I choose the wrong one? He tries to reach back and embrace me. But Nemo approaches and grabs me by my shoulder. Let go!
Denied. As long as I have the infinite power of the hologium, I can still bring the world to its knees, even without the Nautilus.
Get off! I use what strength I have left to free myself from Nemo and glare at him. I'm not going to do what you say. I would much rather break the hologium right here.
Ha! That sounds good too. If it all came to an end with the hologium out of my reach, I wouldn't mind.
He's not bluffing. It's clear from his face that the man is serious.
Misunderstood by all, live in a fear of isolation. The power I finally achieved to make the world bow to me is being taken away as well. Why did it happen?
Nemo curses and rails at the world. Tears of frustration stream down his cheeks.
Why do you stand in my way? Why won't anyone understand? Why? Nobody.
Nemo.
Why? The answer is obvious.
Impey, how?
Impossible! How can you still be speaking after being shot so many times? I'm wearing a custom bulletproof vest that I made for Lupin. That red stuff was all fake blood. I mean, it still hurt like hell.
Impey turns around and slowly starts walking towards Nemo.
It pretty much sounds like you were just lonely. All this time about overwhelming power? You just want someone to appreciate you. You don't need to ride around in this dangerous toy to get something like that. Stay away! Remember this. Science is not a tool to be used to hurt others. It's for flying, to get to the moon, to reach a future we all have yet to see. It's a dream to make the impossible possible. It's not some toy for a brat to wave around having a fit because he wants attention.
Thoroughly imitated by Impey, Nemo uses me as a shield and takes a few steps back. I no longer have the strength to move my body, and he drags me along like a puppet.
Stay back! Get your filthy hands off her. I'm the only one allowed to touch her. I've been hiding a bomb this whole time. You don't want me to set it off, do you?
Impei splashes through the puddle of fake blood he made and starts running. He takes down the few remaining Twilight soldiers on his way.
Hey, stay back!
He tries to scamper away using all his strength to throw the bomb he's holding at Impei. Impei!
What do you think of me now? How you laugh now? No matter what kind of high and mighty opinions you have, this should silence you.
How could you?
Now come in the next episode,
Oh,
which will be the finale. Even if it's 40 minutes or an hour, the next episode will be the finale of Code Realize. And I guess I can tell everyone, I might have made this reference before, there is another Code Realize game coming out here in the next couple months. It's like a winter scenario situation going on. So we may just go and beat this one and not do the other routes in Lupin and just jump to the winter one when it comes out. We'll see. I'll do more research on it. But you guys would, be a little bit BA like Impei was right there. I thought he was pretty cool actually. But attack that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, comment if you guys would as well. And as always, we'll see all of you in the next Star Player 1 episode. Bye!